Happy New Year. Welcome. I hope you all had a good break. I think this is going to be a very good year, and I'm looking forward to it. And once again, welcome to Let's Talk Ed with Professor Chris, the best college podcast, great numbers, where we continue to explore the big questions about education, careers, and the future, but most importantly, the show that is continuing to empower minds one episode at a time. I am still your host, Professor Chris. I am excited. Welcome back again. Happy New Year. So, what better way to get you ready to start the semester right? And that is my topic for today. Starting the semester right. Please encourage your friends to keep subscribing. The numbers are looking good. Put your comments again in the comment sections of the YouTube. Ask your questions. Anything I could do to help you with a smooth journey through your college. Okay. So once again, Happy New Year. Welcome back. Let's start the semester right. And that is the topic to start a new year. Starting the semester right. Let's get you ready. So before we get into it, I have a couple of steps that I want to share to help you start the semester right. But before I get into that, a couple of housekeeping items that we need to take care of before we wrapped up the last semester. I gave you some pointers, and I'm going to go over those pointers again very quickly. One is, have you registered for all your classes? Please, if you haven't registered, do so immediately. If you have registered for your classes, are you on the waiting list? If you're on the waiting list, again, this is one of the best advice I give to all my students every time. If you are on the waiting list, I believe most schools are going to start next week. So this is the week. While your instructors are preparing for their classes, you got to start doing your own preparation. If you are on a waiting list for any class, email your instructors right now to let them know, and also to find out if you can still attend the class while you're on the waiting list. Reason being that, one, either students are going to drop out of the class and eventually you're going to be able to go to the class, but it's probably going to be week 2, week 3. You don't want to play catch up. Okay, so email your instructors right now and just say, Professor, Mr., Mrs., Doctor, I'm in your class, I'm on the waiting list. Is it possible for me to attend your class while I'm on the waiting list? There is nothing to lose. Unfortunately, some classes may not allow you to do that because of the technology that is set up in the classroom. Maybe 25 computers and that's it, right? So there's not going to be any space for you. But if it's a class that is open and doesn't require technology, and maybe, again, reach out to your professor and see if you can attend that class, that is probably one of the best advice I could give to you as you're getting ready to start your semester. Okay. Do you need to retake a class? If you need to retake a class, you want to consult with your advisor immediately. Again, this is the week to do that if classes starts next week. All right. So let's get on that. Did you make quick notes, as I suggested from my previous or my last podcast for the year 2024? I suggested that you make quick notes of what went right and what went wrong during the semester. This is the time to pull those notes out to see what you did right so you can start your semester with that. By the way, it is cold on the north side here, so I'm trying to stay warm. I hope you're all doing the same. If you're on the north side, please stay warm, okay? All right, so let's get to it. I have 4 simple steps. I'm going to try and keep it very short so you can start the semester right. So I have 4 simple steps that I usually share, and actually it's the same 4 steps that I share with instructors as well. But again, the focus is on the students, so I'm going to go over my 4 steps. Real quick, the 4 steps are as follows. Step 1, tool prep. Sharpen your tools. Don't worry. I'm going to go in a little more detail than all the steps. Step 2 is home prep. Know your environment. Step 3 is smart prep. What is new? And step 4, the most important step, is mental prep. Are you ready? Okay, so are you ready? Let's go through those steps very quickly. Step 1, tool prep. sharpen your tools. This involves in the textbooks that you're going to be using for your classes. The syllabus for each class you're going to be taking is already posted. Review those immediately. You want to know what the lecture is going to be like. Is your instructor going to post lecture online? Are they going to give you lectures in class? Do you have to take notes? It's very, very important so you know how to prepare for that. Okay. Is the instructor going to be using a software for the course, or does the course require software? You want to get it right now. Okay. And while you're doing this here, if you can, and probably I suggest you should do this, get your schedule right, okay? Plan your planner, your time management schedule. Get it right Monday through Sunday. Put all your classes in there. If you're playing sports, put all those in there. Practice times. If you're working, put all those in there, okay? So again, that's my step 1, tool prep, sharpen your tool. Step 2, home prep, know your environment. Step 2 requires you to understand or take a visit. Again, maybe you're not getting ready to go on campus yet, but you could have an idea of how big, how small that class is going to be. Maybe you've already taken a class in that classroom, so you have an idea. You want to know where you're going to be sitting throughout the semester when you go to that class. Is that classroom cold? Is that classroom hot? What time are you taking your classes in that classroom? How are you going to prepare? It is very, very important to know the environment in which your classroom setting is going to be in, because you want to be mentally prepared while you're sitting in that class, right? So, again, step 2, home prep, know your environment, and also what is the delivery method? Is this class you're going to be taking, is it going to be virtual? Is it going to be in person? Is it going to be a combination? You want to know all that. And while you're at it, this is also the time to start thinking about your support system. Is it going to be your professors? Is it going to be your teaching assistants, tutors? Start thinking about those immediately. So again, very quickly, that's my step 2, home prep. Step 3, smart prep. What is new? What technology is the professor going to be using? What technology do you have that is allowed for you to use? Okay, you want to know this here. Sometimes it's in the syllabus, sometimes it's not. Again, this is the time. While your instructors are preparing, you are also preparing. Reach out to instructors to find out what technology they're going to be using, what new gadgets, what models, social media, right? And yes, we got to talk about AI one way or the other. And in your case, it has to be ChatGPT. Check the syllabus immediately to find out what your instructors say about ChatGPT, whether they're going to allow you to use it or not. Okay? And I'm just going to leave it at that, as we're going to be talking more this year about AI and ChatGPT. Okay, so that's my step 3, smart prep, what is new. Step 4, probably the most important step. Step 4 is mental prep. Are you ready? Step 1 doesn't matter, step 2 doesn't matter, step 3 doesn't matter if you are not getting ready to be in step 4, which is again, mental prep. Are you ready? Yes. Are you motivated? Are you ready to engage? Vacation is done. That doesn't mean we're not going to be having any more fun, but now we got to change, right, our thought process here. Now it's school time. Are we ready? What do we want to do? Motivation for you is going to be, hey, I'm going to really do well this semester. I'm going to get some A's, right? It's a good motivation. So you got to start cultivating a growth mindset. Okay, you got to grow out of what you did the previous semester. Again, if you put out some pointers, so that is the thought process you're going to be going through right now. If you could follow the steps that I suggested, what you're actually doing is you're managing your stresses and your anxiety. If you got a schedule done, again, are you ready mentally? And you are going to need to set some boundaries, which is why, once again, it's very important to create a schedule. That is your first boundary, right? So you have a schedule. If your friends say, hey, is this the first day? Let's go and do this. Let's go and do that. You want to check your schedule to say, well, these are my priorities, right? Let me make sure that I'm taking care of this first, this first, this first. That is how you're setting boundaries. If you have a roommate, right? Where are you going to be studying? You're setting boundaries again. Is it going to be in the room? Is it going to be in the library? You want to set all those boundaries. So again, that is my step 4. Mental prep is very, very important. While you're doing this here, you're also going to know your friends. Which of your friends are taking the same courses that you're taking? Are you going to be your study buddy, right? This is a time to also do that. So again, very quickly, those are my 4 steps. I'm looking forward to this semester. Very quick. Step 1 is tool prep, right? Sharpen your tools. Step 2, home prep, know your environment. That means you're checking out your classroom. Step 3, smart prep. What is new? What technology is going to be allowed to use? What technology are your instructors going to be using? And last but not the least, the most important step is mental prep. Are you ready? You have to be engaged, motivated to start a semester. Otherwise, you're not going to start it right. Well, that is it. I just wanted to keep this short to welcome you. Happy New Year, so we can start a semester right. Continue to ask Professor Chris. Stay tuned next week as we continue exploring the evolving landscape of education and careers. Until then, stay curious. Ask Professor Chris. Put your comment once again on YouTube. Continue to subscribe, okay, as we continue to empower minds one episode at a time. Don't drink beer, but live beer, okay? Balance, eat well, exercise, and rest. A very, very happy New Year to you. Let's start the semester right. See you next time.